PSG is a final, Super Cup final, so there'll always be extra nerves, but in a good way. Burnley is the first home game, first Premier League season.
Premier League, is it the Champions League? Is it to turn Tottenham into serious? Last season, Son Heung-min won his first trophy with Spurs in his decade at the club. I mean, he's a blistering, buoyant, ebullient figure. It's just a season. What do you see as Son's role?
I think first and foremost
한국 방문을 앞둔 토트넘의 토마스 프랭크 감독이 인터뷰를 가졌고 손흥민에 대한 답변도 포함되어 있었습니다. 프리시즌 첫 경기를 앞두고 새로운 캡틴에 대한 전망 등 손흥민의 거취와 연결된 질문에 대해선 뾰족하게 답변하진 않았던 프랭크 감독이 한국 투어를 앞두고 가진 마지막 인터뷰에선 어떤 대답을 했을지, 또한 새로운 토트넘에 대한 비전은 무엇이고 다음 시즌의 목표는 어느 정도인지 지금부터 만나보겠습니다.
My guest today is one of the most creative minds in management, a gent who finished 7 seasons turning tiny Brentford into a ferocious collective, then faced up to challenges new, becoming head coach at Tottenham Hotspur, bringing his obsessive data detail and humanity, declaring a life truth: if you don't take risk, you also take a risk. It's an incredible joy to welcome back new Tottenham Hotspur head coach. It's Mr. Thomas Frank.
Hello, Roger. How are you?
I'm so happy to see you. Congratulations on the move, Thomas. Not just from a smaller club to a globally followed club, but a leap from stability into the unknown. On your first day, what was the detail that you noticed that captured the difference in scope and scale between Brentford and Tottenham?
The biggest detail not a detail, is that of course when you come into this training ground, it's one of the best training grounds in the world. It's fantastic in so many ways, so that was a big change compared to where I was in Brentford. Very impressive, very happy about that. But the facilities is one thing, very important, but it's the people that make the difference. The other thing that was not different, because I also found out that there's a lot of good people here at Spurs, and I think that's very important.
Serious question, Thomas. What is the trick to remembering every single new staff person's name?
If you know, can you tell me, please? Because it's impossible. I make so many mistakes. I still try to say John, no, it's Josh, so I think I just try to be open about it and ask about the name again, or of course then I go to some of the other staff members, what is her name and what is her, and then okay, and then I go over to say hello to them and say hi Danny or whatever it is, to teach myself or learn myself the names.
Just give everyone the thumbs up for the first 6 months. But before you took the job, you are a self-described man of detail. We've talked before about how you had the spoons moved across the room in the team cafeteria at Brentford because you thought they were in the wrong place. When you looked at Tottenham game film from last season, when you analysed it, what did you see and what did you think, this is what I need to change in terms of the style of play?
First and foremost, I think it's important to say that Ange and his staff achieved massively by winning the Europa League title. Fantastic, first time in 41 years European title. I love that. I thought there was a lot of good things that I can use, and I can stand on that foundation and then build from there. What I like to add is probably a bit more balance, in my view, attacking, defending, and then of course I think if you want to achieve something big, we need to be good in all phases of the game.
Spurs fans are intrigued by the long throw auditions that you held, and your Brentford had a black belt in long throws. In your own words, can you describe the beauty of the long throw? Because they're back.
Yeah, I think I try to look into every single detail that can improve the team or make the chances of winning bigger. Set pieces is one of them. There's a lot of different set pieces we can try to improve on. Long throw is one of them. I think long throw is a good weapon. I don't think it's a weapon we necessarily use every game, but I like to have it in the toolbox as like high pressure in different ways or low pressure in different ways or tweaking the team.
I'm fascinated. What makes you think that you are the man to succeed in this situation? Is it your tactical acumen, your communication skills, your man management? Essentially, why will Thomas Frank succeed at Tottenham Hotspur in your mind?
I think all three areas, of course. I think it's not only about me. There's a lot of people that need to go in the same direction. We need to be aligned. Me, the coaching staff, staff members, players, board, all that, we need to be aligned. And then we need to be consistent in that alignment and disciplined to try to do it every single day. But I believe in communicating hopefully clear and direct. Believe in having consistent messages day in, day out, because it's so easy to drift. So we need to stay on track and then of course put the hard work in.
You're a man who always chooses his words incredibly carefully. And this last Spurs season, you've hinted at it already, it was the best of times, the worst of times. The team won that coveted silverware. They've qualified for the Champions League and they also finished 17th. So what was your opening message, your theme that you told the players? And is it different to the ones you used at Brentford, Thomas, to shape the mentality, the culture, the heartbeat of that team?
I think there's basic foundations in any team. No matter if you're in Brentford or Tottenham, you are in Real Madrid or in PSG. The basic foundation is that there needs to be a culture, and I think the stronger that culture is in the club, but also in the team, among the players, the stronger that is, the bigger chance you have to win. And there is the foundation of hard work, because if you want to achieve anything, you need to work hard. And you definitely need to work hard in November, December, January, February, March, where it's a little bit dark and cold and tough and not nice. That's what you need to install in them. And I think that's the biggest foundation you need to install. Then, of course, is style of play and how you want to play and all that. So I think that's the bit we need to nail.
You open your first Tottenham season against Paris Saint-Germain. You then face Burnley, Manchester City and Bournemouth. When you were appointed Brentford manager back in 2018, you lost 8 of your first 10 games. You joked then you lost them on purpose to make sure the owner and the board really trusted you. But it took a while for your ideas to stick. Once they did, we know great things occurred. How long do you believe it will take for your ideas to bed in at Tottenham?
Hopefully a little bit quicker. It'll be nice not to test the surrounding in the same way. Football is the most random game in the world. We all know that. There's so many factors that influence the game, but it's about go all in with the ideas I have, believe in them, constantly develop them, adjust them, correct them, feed the messages into the players and stay on track, and then that will hopefully over time give success. That's so far, touch wood, been part of the success no matter where I've been at a good level, and then if you have that little bit of margins with you, magic can happen, because you will do all the right thing, and then you just miss that little bit where it's inside of the post 5 games in a row, and then he's maybe out.
Last season, Son Heung-min won his first trophy with Spurs in his decade at the club. I mean, he's a blistering, buoyant, ebullient figure. He's just turned 33. I think he's got a year left on his contract. This upcoming season, what do you see as Son's role? I
think first and foremost, I'd say Son's legacy here is remarkable. Fantastic player, been a fantastic player for Tottenham. He is a fantastic player for Tottenham. I see a player that can play a very good role here in next season. So he's come in, very good mindset, trained very hard, very well, pushed the players, so I'm excited about it.
Thomas, we're talking about season's eve. What constitutes success in this new job, in this first season? What are the benchmarks? Is it the Premier League? Is it the Champions League? Is it to turn Tottenham into serial winners? How should we gauge it?
Yeah, good question. For me, it's all about creating a team that is able to compete on all 4 fronts consistently throughout the years, and at the same time, hopefully win something. I think you put it very, very good. Won Europa League, fantastic achievement, finished 17th. Can we get up and compete in both tournaments at the same time, plus the cup tournaments? That's the aim. That's where we should be, a club of Tottenham size. How quick we can do that? I don't know. I'm aiming to do it quick.
Do you have a sense of the style of play that your Tottenham will play? If you were to self-describe it, what would it be?
I have principles for all phases of the game. I think that's extremely important. But I think important that we are brave. I think it's important that we are aggressive. And I think it's important that we are attacking. And I think that's a line, the way I see the game, and also the way the Tottenham ethos is.
Do you feel a different kind of pressure at the start of this season than you have in past years? And what do you do with that, Thomas? What do you do with doubt and fear?
Right now, I'm not feeling it. It's pre-season, we're training, it's different. But as soon as you go into the game mode, that's where maybe I will feel it, I don't know. I'll tell you next time I speak to you how it was before the PSG game and the Burnley game. But of course, both games, most likely there'll be a little extra edge. Of course, PSG is a final, a Super Cup final, so there'll always be extra nerves, but in a good way. Burnley is the first home game, first Premier League season. But after that, it'll be not normal, But you know what I mean, I've been in this business for many years, so everything you do the first time is always a little bit different. From there on, it's what I do.
I love so much about how you approach football and life. I want to be clear. I love when you talk about how you're aware you need to get away from management too, how important that is, perspective, grounding yourself. It's a question from a listener for you, Thomas, Haley in St. Louis. What's your ideal Sunday when there's no football? What do you do to switch off and recharge?
My ideal Sunday would be probably a slow morning with the family, but I'll probably be up earlier. So my 3 children are not living with us anymore. They are on their own, but I'll be up early, cup of coffee, reading newspapers, and then I want to go for a nice brunch, all of us, spending time together. That's the best thing, the 5 of us. Then probably do a little bit of relaxing, midday, reading a bit, just be together, and then in the evening, go for a nice dinner.
UK beer or Danish beer, if you had to choose?
Need to be Danish beer. Of course, a classic one would be Carlsberg. Probably the best beer in the world. That was actually very good. They should pay me for that, huh? But I think there's a nice few, what you call it, micro breweries in Denmark I like.
Thomas, you talk and think a lot about risk. You said it's one reason you took this job was to add a little more risk to your life. You know, every arrival of a new manager at a new club is a risk, and you're a data-driven man. So what percentage would you put on the undoubted football smarts and Tottenham Hotspur working out?
So, close to 100%.
I love how you approach life. I love how you approach football.
You need to be positive. If you're not positive from the beginning, then it's difficult, huh?
You're asking the most negative human being in football. Be like Thomas Frank, not like me. Last question for you. Football is such a bloody stressful business. What's the secret to holding on to such an incredible head of hair? Asking for a friend.
I think my family, I guess it's from my dad, good genes, so that's it.
God, if only it was that simple. Thomas, to you, to your family, to your dad's genes, to your team, Godspeed.
Thank you.
Courage.